This is the Muzilog magazine podcast with host Sam Archer. Hello, hello, hello. We want to welcome you to another episode of Muzilog, the magazine podcast. I have a guest this evening or this morning, whatever time it is your time. That's the time the guest is here. His name is Lennox Rodney, and he belongs to a new startup, and they're doing some great things. And he's here to talk about what they're doing. And I'm just so happy to have him on the program. How are you doing, Lennox Rodney?
Not much, man. Just trying to make it through, trying to get things off the ground.
All right, so we want to talk about the Caribbean shores, and the website is thecaribbeanshores.com, sorry, but it's PR Caribbean Stores. So this is a t-shirt company. Now we have a lot of t-shirt companies. Why a new one?
Well, there's the reason for a new one. It's something specific. It's specific toward the Caribbean experience.
Okay.
However, it's not only for them. It's for anyone else who's either been to the Caribbean, wants to go to the Caribbean, is even thinking of the Caribbean. And we also have some things that are for others who have, are thinking a little differently. But as we started out off, we were thinking about the Caribbean people themselves, something that they would like to see themselves in. Something that is not the typical touristy thing, with some good quality materials, something that they could wear at home or abroad, something along those lines.
All right. And I noticed that with some of the items, although it's the Caribbean shores, I noticed you have other countries included in the designs. You have France, you have Russia, you have Germany. You have,
right.
Is this a way to lure them into the Caribbean? What are you trying to accomplish here?
Well, the Jamaican motto is, out of many, one people. So basically, one love, one heart. Let's get together and be all right. Bob Marley said it rest.
That's right. Okay.
So I want to include everybody in the group.
Okay.
Everyone in the group.
Okay. So,
as I said, both home and abroad.
Everyone is Caribbean by default.
Yeah, exactly. Everything is Irie once you're there. Regardless of out of many, one people.
Nice. So what so in addition to doing something specific, what was the inspiration for the designs? Like, how did that story look? You got together with your business partner and you guys decided, what, we're going to do t-shirts. How did that meeting look?
Okay, I'll give it to you an example. This is something that's many, many years in the making. My cousin and I, we used to sit on the veranda in Jamaica, in Falmouth in Jamaica, where our grandmother was there, and we would sit there and draw. We would do all different designs. You see the shirts with the different designs, and we would try it on paper. And then we would try it on our own clothes because we always wanted to do this, for ourselves, make our own thing. I guess when we went in the single digits, we were thinking that we could do this, we could make this better. That you see a lot of the touristy things that you go, like the Dominican and St. Kitts and different places, and the material is it's poor. You could see through it. It's almost like a mesh, almost.
Yes.
And we wanted to do something a little better than that. So I guess from the single digits, that was the idea, that we wanted to make something better than what we were seeing, something of our own design, something we felt like we were doing on our own, something we could do for ourselves. So many years later, the idea came back up, and we had the conversation, and we finally decided after all this time to make it come to fruition. And after all this, it finally happened.
But I was just going to say congratulations that you guys had a dream, you worked on it, and eventually now it's a reality. Umpteen years later, we might want to give your age away,
yeah.
But
right.
But umpteen years later, so in terms of the journey of this, now you have the store that's open, designs are selling. What is some of the things that customers are saying to you in terms of the quality and supporting the business?
So far, well, people are looking at it and they're amazed at the vast amount of designs.
Hmm.
You know, because we actually have more. We have maybe another 20 or so more to go on. I think there might be about 30 or 50 on now, but we don't want to inundate you with it at this
Hmm.
point because, as I said, this is something that has come a long, long way. It's a long journey. So
Yeah.
we're going and adding things in. So basically, it's like this. If you see something that's different, because we wanted to do something different than the usual things,
Hmm.
something that you could wear this year, next year, and years after. And of course, if you wanted something that you could wear years in the future, you want the quality to be of such that you could wear it 3 years later without, any any uh any insult to you or anything. You want to look good
Right.
2, 3 years later on the line. Now, no, we have some designs that stick out. We have some designs that are kind of they kind of hit your eye, like, whoa, what's that? And there's others that are, somewhat whimsical. Something that you might like, you want to wear, family events or just hanging out or whatever. You know, we want something for almost every occasion, so it's there for you. So, and also another thing that we're looking at it is this way, is that the type of experience that I wanted is that you come in and say, hey, I like this design, or I like this one, I like this one. So once you go in, you say, I like this design. Hey, I want it on a T-shirt. Boom, you can have it. I
Okay.
want it I want it on a regular T-shirt. I want it on a tank top. I want it on a hoodie. I want it on a mug. I want it on a bag. So basically, you pick what you like and then put it to whatever you think would be most advantageous for you or you would be most happy with. So I want you to go in, get everything that you want, and leave happy. I don't want you to feel like you were robbed of anything. So I want you to feel satisfied with what you came up with or what you decide to purchase from us.
Okay. So, what are some of the things you're adding to just t-shirts? So it's not just t-shirts now, but
Mm-hmm.
you recently added some newer items to also display the nice designs that you have coming. What are some of the items that you added to, in addition to having the t-shirts?
Well, in the time of COVID, everybody has a mask. So,
Hmm.
it's a very, very serious time. So
Yeah.
you can have a whimsical mask on with a design that you like, all
Hmm.
the different designs. We have the masks, we have the cup, the mugs,
The
we have
mug.
the water bottles, you have the cinch bags, you have, as I said before, the tank tops, you
Yes.
have the t-shirts, you have the long sleeve shirts, you have the hoodies. We even have socks. We
Mhm.
even have socks. So
Okay.
whatever item that you could possibly think of, we want it with a design that you choose.
Okay. Okay. And
Right?
I'm sure the customers would appreciate a little variety, or
Yeah,
they may
exactly.
want the set. They may want the T-shirt, they may want the hoodie, the
Exactly.
backpack, the water bottle, the mug,
Right.
the hat.
Exactly. Exactly. We're, our hope is to be the one-stop shop for everything. Our
Okay.
designs, and you can put it on anything that you would like. You know,
All right. All right.
right?
Well, this sounds
Excellent.
great. Tell us a little bit about the name of the store. How did you guys come up with the name of the store? DNR Caribbean Shores.
Okay, what it is Dwayne and Richard. Actually, my name is Lennox, but everyone in family calls me Dwayne. So that's where the D comes from. And Richie or Richard is my partner working with me. So
Okay.
DNR. We've been DNR ever since we were, as I said, we're in the single digits. So so as I said, this the some of the hardships of creating a business. That my grandmother used to say, "You pay to learn," and
Mm.
I've learned a lot during this process.
The
You
process, yes,
you
yes.
right. You had an idea, you put it forward, and you think it's going to be great. Then you realize, whoa, there's a problem here. Let me try to fix this. Then you fix it, and then you come into another problem. Then you fix that, and you fix it again. And so there's many different iterations of how the business started. You know, and there's a saying that nothing is ready before it's time. So all the times we were going through and doing things and getting things going, it turned out that it
Mm.
wasn't where we needed it to be. So at the start, it was Caribbean shores because we were thinking only of the Caribbean. You know,
Yes.
all the different, Trinidad and St. Kitts and the rest of the Virgin Islands. And we realized that why should we be so selective?
Mm-hmm.
Why leave everyone out? So there's others, yeah, let's say last time we went to, I went to the Dominican not too long ago, a few months ago, and there was people there from Germany, people there from Russia, people there from all these different places, Japan, and why can't they be included? So decided to add them in. You know, I guess on the fifth or sixth iteration of this, we decided let's include them too. You know, you can have the Germany, you can have the Russia, you can have the Japan, and many others. So then we wanted to be all inclusive, somewhat of a uh, one-stop shop.
You
So
know,
that
you,
was the
you
thing.
said you said a few things that I'm thinking that up and coming entrepreneurs could learn from, because you talk about the different phases
Right,
and paying to learn.
right.
Um, what are some of the things you think of, or maybe that you might probably do to actually just encourage you to stay on path, opposed to giving up?
Well, it's this is that when you have a partner,
Mm.
it's a little bit easier to do it because it's not yourself. When it's you alone, it's just me, it's okay. But when you have someone depending on you,
Hmm.
then it makes you work a little harder. Come up with you're faced with a problem, but you have to come up with a solution. For every problem, there's a solution. The question is, are we willing to do what it takes to utilize or conceptualize that
Hmm.
solution? And you know, when having a partner there, and he's been my partner since, well, you know, like I said, since we were in the single digits. So I can't let him down. So I had to do what I had to do to come up with the ideas to get this going. You know, the implementation and idea part of it is mine, but the design is him. That's how it works.
Sure.
All
Well,
right.
quick.
So that was some good business advice. And what do you want? I know what you're planning or what you're hoping for in terms of
Hmm.
the reason why you did the business and what you're hoping to achieve. But what would you like folks who shop at your store? What would you like them to get from thecaribbeanshores.com?
Well, I want them to feel sort of kinship. You
Mm,
know, if you see a design and you see that's something that speaks to you. They say that art is sometimes unexplainable, but it's something that you may feel. You know,
yeah.
you see a painting on a wall or a piece of music. You may not be able to articulate it, but you feel something within it. So if you look at some of the designs, it may hit you and say, "Wow, that's nice," or "Wow, I need to get this." And this is what I want. I want the people to come and see something that speaks to them, you
Hmm.
know. And just let's go back a little further as to not giving up, because we had so many different designs and we had so many different things. I liken it to being swimming across a river. If you're halfway across, you might as well keep going, because if you all the you can go back and then end up with nothing. But at least if you keep swimming, you're halfway across. You keep swimming.
Yeah.
At least you can get somewhere. It's better to go and try and fail and know that, well, at least that didn't work. So let me find something else to which to go on to. But but as I said, is I want the designs to speak to them, whether it's whimsical, whether it's uh, familiar or familial, or
Hmm.
something that harkens back to yourself. Now, you know, I'm speaking to me with the people of the West Indies, or may affect any country. I think it's a similar thing. When you come off the plane and you look out the way you're landing on the plane, and you look out the window and you see something you remember, or you see the difference outside the window. Then all the memory starts coming back,
Hmm.
and then when the doors open and the smell hits you, you know your home, wherever that home may be. So when you pick the shirt and you see the design, I want that same type of thoughts or memory, to come back to you, familiar smell, the look, the feeling, the conversations that you had in the past, things like that. We are an amalgamation of all the moments we had in life. That's what makes us who we are. Now, based upon that, by seeing the design, or I know with some of these I see for myself and I remember moments that I've had in my life based upon that design, that memory. Maybe it's similar to you, for you, maybe it's a little different from you, but I think we all can relate to a similar experience. We remember things in our life based upon some little mementos here and there that sparks or elicits a memory. You know, some and many times they're bittersweet and many times they're very happy. So this is what I'm hoping to try to convey to everybody else out there. See something that hits you and say, yeah, I remember that. Or if you see a flower, you might even smell the flower as you're looking at it. You know.
All right.
I'm trying to get out. Listen.
You might need to be a pastor. You're very you're talking in the word there, man. That's good. That's good.
Right.
Lennox, this was really good to chop it up with you, talk about the Caribbean shores and the beautiful things that you guys do over there. What else you might have on the burner that folks can look out for in the future?
Well,
or is it on wraps? That's probably something on wraps. But if it's not on wraps, you can, feel free to share.
No, well, in the future, we're trying to get some other things going, but I think it's best to keep that quiet for now. However, because the thing is, just like anything else, the McDonald's, the KFCs, the Popeyes, you get your one core business or one core product. You get it right. You get it perfect. And I don't think we've gotten perfection yet.
Okay.
That's something that I'm striving for. So I want this to be better before we move on to something different. But I was hoping that, everyone out there, you take the ride along with us. You would see designs from time to time. Check us out. You may get something from us, or you may not, but you may see something. Check us out, and maybe in a few months we will have something new. That might be the memory that sparked, or the familiar thing that I was speaking about. And then once we get that right, then we can go forward and do something different. So as I said, we paid to learn.
Yeah.
And we paid to learn. So hopefully these lessons I can use to come up with a better product, a better company, and better experience for the customers who come in. Whether you buy or don't, at least peruse. See what we take a look around. See all the things that you might like, things that may hit your eye. One more thing is, if you do buy, tell everybody where you got it from. Let us know. Let us know any ideas you may have. Rich is always with ideas, always. So hey, let us know. Maybe we can make something special for you.
All right. Well, Mr. Lennox,
right.
This was good. Thanks for coming through, and please feel free to keep Muzilog in the loop on new things you may have coming up, and we'll definitely share that information out to our viewing, reading, and listening audience. I like that. I never did that before. Our viewing, reading, and listening audience.
And listening.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Mr. Muzilog, thank you so much for having me on this thing that you've created. I appreciate you having me here.
You could call it a platform, a program, or on the podcast.
Well, thank you for having me on your platform. And all the iterations and variations thereof.
Be sure to visit our website, muzilog.com. MUZILOG, muzilog.com, where music, entertainment, and culture live.